no idea where it is.
Yo.
But that's in my house somewhere.
Is that the It's So Fluffy I'm Gonna Die?
So Critter...
Speaking of It's So Fluffy I'm Gonna Die, Critter vs. AeroLink. AeroLink, the hair game, man. It's pretty fluffy.
It's pretty fluffy.
It's pretty fluffy.
Pretty fluffy.
I don't know. Did he get it at the carnival? I feel like AeroLink might have been the one person to win at a carnival game. AeroLink, that try hard. Just ready to
he's so ready to... Oh, man, no, I can't make that joke. I can't. No.
Oh, man.
Okay, Sergio, first of all, I love you. You know that? No! I'm not going to say something racist. No. Sergio, I love you. You're my friend. I talk to you every Monday. But if he did win that hair at the carnival, it kind of goes along with the Bayonetta in that he's buying his success.
Oh my god!
I'm very, very sorry. I'm very sorry.
Holy crap!
Well, I needed to spend 35
you know what that
seconds
was, man?
apologizing.
That was like, you know, whenever you put like a candle on in a house, and then you just leave for 3 days, and then finally it catches one of your posters on fire, and it slowly spreads to the rest of the house. Like, it was so slow, but at the end of the day, that was just
Well, I had to spend like
savage.
3 minutes apologizing. I was like, listen, I love you, but
I think Sakurai wants to apologize for this matchup for a second.
let's have a moment of silence.
Let's have a moment of silence for this matchup. I don't know, man. In my eyes, I feel like this could be really, really tough for Ike.
I think the biggest reason that that's going to be very tough for Ike is the same reason that a lot of characters in this game have trouble with it, which is that Ike gets a lot of his kills by throwing out attacks, and, you know, when he does connect them, he follows it up with more attacks, and if Bayonetta is ready for you to attack her, throw out that down B and she puts on 70%, and then you're dead.
The way I see this, if we have to be completely, you know, like, look at all the tools that each of the characters has, right? Kind of boil things down. I see Ike as a character who gets a lot out of grabs, for sure, as well. And that helps a lot whenever it comes to actually dealing with options like Witch Time, for example. But the issue is after the grab, you know, you usually have to jump up, you have to do some sort of long-winded aerial. And of course, Bayonetta has a really, really quick air dodge. And beyond that, we have to talk about how Witch Time is, again, a factor. So that makes it so your initial follow-ups are very difficult. But where I think Critter might have a good chance here is upon the punish of one of those Witch Times.
I love AeroLink's tag, Shockwave 37 champ.
Was that the last Shockwave that he won?
Yeah, maybe. I thought he won recently, but I guess maybe not.
Nah, he hasn't won a Shockwave. As far as a Shockwave Plano goes, he has yet to win one.
Since Customs.
Customs.
I mean, he's won Shockwave Grapevine like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
But he's really looking to take it tonight. A lot of that very high-tier competition. Some of it isn't present. Names like Cosmic Cosmos come to mind, who has won 5 of the last 6 Shockwaves or something like that he's entered. But AeroLink, he's going to still have to work. We've got some good players here, and he's playing one of them.
Yeah.
We saw Critter not convincingly take out Chaotic just recently, but did manage to beat him in a close set, and showing that he's really not someone to be messed with.
Critter is one of those players who I think has the mind that it takes to beat a player like AeroLink as well. Being such a big character, you might be thinking, okay, all I gotta do is, you know, just push the button, have some big punishes happen. But there's so much more to it whenever you're playing such a heavy hitter, and I think Critter does a great job of really balancing all of those mental aspects that it takes to really play this character.
And
so AeroLink, I think he won the last 3 times that they played against each other, or
he's won the last 2 Grapevines. Critter takes the first stock with a nice read. He has that big hitbox that he can deal with that Witch Twist coming straight up onto him. And
not going to deal with the Stairway to Heaven, though.
I mean, I don't think he has enough frames to get that down and out. Yeah. Just saying.
So now tied up as far as stocks go. Again, while Critter will have a really tough time getting around Witch Time initially, his punish game on Witch Time itself might make it so that this matchup could go in his favor.
Yeah, he's one of those people that, while he does like to throw out counters himself, he's very aware of when an opponent would like to throw out a counter. And a character like Bayonetta, who can normally safely throw out a lot of counters, Critter's the kind of person that'll be able to tell, okay, you're falling, I'm about to be on stage, you probably think I'm going to land and do a tilt of some kind and get you, and instead I'm going to get you out of the counter.
Now this is actually really smart from Critter. You'll notice the way that he's throwing out his aerials A lot of the times you want to... A lot of times it's beneficial to almost overshoot your aerials to catch your opponent as they're rolling, but he's actually putting them in a way where they will just barely hit AeroLink where he's standing, because with Witch Time, she does the backflip, right? She retreats a bit. And so it's like if AeroLink stays in the same place, he's going to get hit. If he does the Witch Time, then Critter is not going to activate it. So.
And Witch Time is actually going to be very prevalent off stage. I think it was either against Critter or Slaps that AeroLink was playing. Good up here to take that. But we almost saw it there where the last time we saw AeroLink play against an Ike, he used that Witch Time to intercept the up B, and Ike would be sent into Witch Time, and AeroLink had a little bit of trouble figuring out where those armor frames ended so that he could punish it. And so maybe we're going to see him get a little bit of an adaptation in this match. But also, I think we saw Critter adapt to that a little bit, where he threw his sword into the stage so that Bayonetta couldn't even Witch Time if she wanted to.
Critter, I think that he's been making some really great decisions on how to deal with Bayonetta from an offensive standpoint, as in when he's on offense. But where he struggled is anytime AeroLink gets one of these Stairway to Heaven combos. He hasn't been able to have the optimal DI to escape most of them. I believe that was the first time that it wasn't a full sequence of that particular combo.
Yeah, and I think that comes a little bit with the adaptation that Critter's going to get as he plays this matchup more often, that he's going to learn how to DI out of these combos, down the way if you didn't know, and just kind of be like, all right, now that he's going to hit me here, maybe I can DI down and away and he won't be able to follow up just like that.
Yeah, no, we're seeing a better DI, I think, from Critter. Maybe a bit of user error as well from AeroLink. But what we haven't been able to see from him is the offense. Beautiful usage of the Witch Twist. That's going to put him too far to recover. I'm honestly surprised that he didn't try to go for that side B instead, right?
I think possibly his concern may have been Bayonetta's down smash, which we saw there. AeroLink was ready to cover it if Critter was indeed close enough to make it back to the stage, but not quite, and paid for it in the stock, but he's got a pretty decent stock going here. Got Bayonetta at 79%, which means that she is pretty close to Blast Zone percent. Good counter. Has a chance with the other hit of the down air.
Not that spike hitbox I think that we're so used to seeing, but we'll take it, and Critter will take another stock on board. Let's see if he can maybe take a round in his favor, though. Again, still down.
He was absolutely ready for that heel slide to come in, counter that, and follow up with something like a neutral air, as there's no rage in play yet. And he's just been making, as you said at the beginning of the match, a lot of smart decisions that a lot of people don't really think about while they're playing Bayonetta, and they just say, oh, I don't want to get hit by the side B, I don't want to get hit by this grab, and they're not really thinking about what it is they need to do in the neutral to avoid that happening.
I think a bit of an error on the combo, and Critter is going to be able to come out because of it.
Very even game.
Yeah, Critter, he's looking for that one decisive option to end the game right now. The only issue with that is if AeroLink gets the better of him, and it could very well end the game, but with Critter having the loss instead of the W.
I like the way that Critter's jumping around right now. I think he's trying to space AeroLink to the point where he'll go approach with that side B, and he can counter or catch it with an up smash.
You're right. Giving them the room to go and use the heel slide. It's what you do to your little cousins whenever they're playing Captain Falcon. You want to bait them into using the Falcon kick.
Yeah. Okay, grab from AeroLink. He's got him off stage. Can be difficult to get back. Oh, he didn't have a jump. Wow. Pushing the limits.
I don't know how he got around those demon limbs, but somehow he found a way. Can he find this edge guard as well? Gonna keep his positioning on stage. Values that a lot more. Dash attack coming out. Gonna give Critter another chance to close his stock out.
Oh! All right, good job by Critter there.
And actually catching AeroLink in the air. Really, really well played, honestly, from Critter, especially near the end there. But also, we have to keep in mind that with one of the combos near the end, we saw a bit of user error, I think, from AeroLink. It might have been a read into the future where he was expecting Critter to DI so far away that he inputted a second afterburner kick towards the right side. But either way, I think that from that moment onward, whenever I look at the game as a whole, it really felt like it flowed more in Critter's way than it did in AeroLink's.
Yeah, and I think that because Critter is kind of learning this matchup a lot more. I mean, he plays down at UNT, and there aren't that many players out there, and especially not all of them might not have access to Bayonetta. And so I think he just doesn't have too much matchup experience with it yet. And I think that him adapting to the Bayonetta matchup has shown off really well. He's been putting on consistently good percent in every stock he's played.
Speaking of percent, AeroLink's combos have been very clean from a damage standpoint. The only issue is so far we haven't seen that same level of cleanliness from a stock standpoint as well.
I think AeroLink and Bayonetta are having a little bit of trouble thinking about Ike's weight combined with the floatiness that he has, because he's actually relatively floaty for the weight that he has. Good counter there once again, knowing AeroLink's going to try to extend his combos. Okay.
So, some stats for you, though. Critter has actually never beaten AeroLink in tournament. They've played 7 times, and Critter's yet to take a step. Now, a game away, but a stock down. AeroLink stealing one of those stocks, but Critter is not phased. That quick string into that bear. And wow, again, kind of scared everybody here with those drop downs.
Oh, the wrong way, too!
Yeah, the slight error in spacing. Just barely missing.
More like fairly missing.
Oh, God.
With that fair. Wish we still had that pun emote. That was an interesting set, dude. Ooh. A good back air, too. He's going to look to take the stock. Dangerous.
Very good, but wow, actually coming out on top. The
Round
ether,
of applause.
Spiking AeroLink straight down. Critter still has a lot of ground he needs to make up. AeroLink.
Wow.
He's not going to be sent out this early. He's still so confident in this match.
And I just want to say, we've been bringing it up all match, but Critter's been doing such a good job of getting out of these Bayonetta combos that everybody has so much trouble with. Look at that. He's been consistently getting out of this combo. I think he's relatively well-versed in this matchup.
I mean, the first game may have proved otherwise, but he's done a much better job, I think, of avoiding death as the set has gone on. But 31% avoiding the F smash from AeroLink.
It's a great fastfall.
Wow. AeroLink, he knows this game is his to lose. Bullet arts are going to be pushing Critter further and further away. What a witch
That's
twist.
it.
He's going to need a quick draw, and he knows that he was too low to make it back.
That's
Fantastic decision-making off the ledge from AeroLink at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best options that Bayonetta has against characters with poor or long startup recoveries, that she can just do that one witch twist and send you off to the side, and it's very, very difficult to recover from.
Yeah, honestly, even though AeroLink didn't have the best confirms on stage, off stage with the witch twist, I loved it. I thought it was almost perfect, I think, on those edge guards as far as witch twist edge guards goes.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast. Which twist edge guards goes?
Which twist edge guards goes?
When you say 5 times, man, it's way tougher. I promise.
No, you're right. I have a speech impediment.
Thanks again for tuning in to Shockwave. AeroLink is going to be extending his record against Critter to 8-0.
Yeah, and that extends a long while.
Are you entering today?
AeroLink?
You entered today?
He's doing so well.
Woo!
He's just doing so
I'd like
well.
some DDD. Can we have Iggy's DDD later?
Iggy's
Is that an
DDD?
option?
Make it happen.
Is that an option? Can we make that happen?
It's not my
He
choice,
says soon.
he says.
It's not my choice either. You got to talk to him. I'd like
Man.
to see them. I'd like to see the DDD. I'd love to see the D3.
D3?
I'd love to see the Mighty Ducks.
We have a couple of DDD players in this region.
Emperor, formerly known as
D Koopa Kid.
mhm.
We also have Toma Tony, who's in the venue right now.
He's like fully swagged out with the Burger Queen.
Yeah, no, he's been getting into character
Yeah.
with DDD.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
I think it works.
Yeah, we'll take it.